Leo, this is going to be a tarot forecast for the month of November 2022. Keep in mind, this can apply if you're a Leo rising, Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, as well as North Node. So be sure to check out the other signs in case this does not resonate with you. Also, I wanted to mention that this is a general reading, so not all the messages may resonate. So do take what resonates and leave out the rest. And I'm taking bookings for personal readings right now. If you'd like to book a natal chart reading with me, if you'd like to book a Synastry chart reading or relationship compatibility or a tarot card reading, you can drop me a message on Facebook or email. Both the links are in the description box below, and I will get in touch with you as soon as I can. So let's look at your overall energies, Leo. So I'll just talk about some of the cards that I'm getting here. The first one is the Five of Wands. The second is the Ace of Swords coming up as a reversal. The next one is the High Priestess. The next is the Five of Swords. And the Hierophant in reverse is the last card. So Leo, I feel like there has been a lot of competition, or there is going to be a lot of competition in the month of November, especially because I'm seeing the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords both come up in this reading. So there is a fair amount of conflict. It can border on aggression from people around you, especially people that are close to you, your friends, acquaintances. There may be some rivalry that's coming to the fore, or just people trying to antagonize you or just get on your wrong side for whatever reason. And because I'm seeing both the wands and the swords energy, this definitely is conflict. But while the wands are more like peer pressure or healthy competition that helps you, hone your skill or master a skill set and then get better at it. Swords are definitely, it's like a battlefield, so there is some serious conflict here. But I will do a clarification on what this conflict is. I'm also seeing the Ace of Swords coming up as a reversal. Now, the Ace of Swords is, to me, it represents some kind of communication that represents some kind of a good news or like a good communication that's coming in from the universe. Could be an email, could be a text, any form of communication. But it is to announce something that you have conquered or something that you have overcome in your life, Leo. Now, because this is coming up as a reversal and it's coming up right after the Five of Wands and right before the High Priestess, what I'm sensing here is that maybe you were expecting some kind of news to come your way. Maybe it was like communication about a job promotion or like a new job or new business opportunity or just some kind of news that you were expecting to come in. For some reason, it has been stalled or you haven't received that news yet. But you are in that anticipatory mode where you were expecting it to come in. Now, because the Five of Wands is preceding this card, I feel like I feel like this is more job related or skill related. I don't think this is more like a romantic connection. I do feel this is more career and job related. So I do feel a lot of you maybe were preparing for something, or maybe you were studying for something, or just preparing a lot towards something, and then you were expecting the news of that to come in. Like maybe this was an exam that you prepared for and you wanted the results of the exam to basically turn up, but it hasn't till now. So that could be one of the energies that's showing up now. Because this is also coming up right before the High Priestess card, something tells me that one of the reasons this news has not yet shown up, and I feel like this is part of your manifestation journey. This is something that you've been trying to manifest. And the reason it has not yet shown up is because you are meant to sit with something right now. Like you are not meant to make the momentum happen, if that makes sense. It's more like you need to sit with the natural organic momentum that the universe is presenting you with, and basically sit with that and go with the flow, quite literally go with the flow. Like don't try to resist anything that the universe is trying to show you. If there is a new path that is being shown your way by the universe, then I would definitely take that up. I would not second guess that. Like basically trust your intuition is what I'm getting at. Because Leo, you are a fixed sign, and sometimes the fixed signs can border on being a little bit stubborn or resistant to change. All the fixed signs have this quality, and sometimes it's not the best quality to have, especially when there are so many changes happening right now. A lot of us are being asked to position ourselves in a state of flux where we really have to go with the flow and we really have to move with the changes. There really is no choice in the matter right now. I mean, of course, we do have free will, but what I'm trying to say is that the way the astrology is presenting itself right now, there is an element of divine timing that's happening right now. So not a lot of individual choices happening here. If that makes sense. So, Leo, if you are being guided towards something new, or let's say you're having to pivot and try something new, I wouldn't fight it if I were you. I wouldn't resist that. I would actually be open minded and consider that possibility. Like you don't actually have to go that path, but at least consider the possibility that you could go there, like you could take that path up. So yeah, definitely keep an open mind and try to look at the different options that are coming your way, because sometimes what for example, let's say a particular opportunity is coming your way. Maybe it's not packaged the way you want, or maybe it's not the way you envisioned it to be, but let's say you do keep an open mind and you decide to just explore it and just see how it goes. You may find that it could be exactly what you wanted. So like, not everything is what it seems, and a lot of the stuff that's coming your way right now, it may actually be things that you wanted and trying to manifest, but it may be through a different avenue or a different path. And that can apply to any situation, whether that's love or career or business or whatever. The next card that I'm seeing is the Five of Swords, and this is again, um, s- you know this is again conflict, but I think this is more ego based conflict. There could be quite a lot of that happening now, especially with, like in your case, Saturn is in your opposing sign in Aquarius. And, there is this conflict that's happening where if you are not careful, Leo, you could fall into the ego trap where you may have verbal argumentations with, arguments, sorry, not argumentations, arguments with people that are ego related, like petty stuff, especially petty stuff is what I'm picking up on, just fights and arguments over things that can be avoided if you just look at it from a bigger perspective, instead of falling into the trap of becoming petty or getting involved in other people's drama, or what they have to say, because chances are quite a lot of people maybe are riling you up at this time, or there may be opportunities where you may get riled up, where you may be very very tempted to say something back to that person or these people, especially because Mars is also in Gemini and it's retrograde. So this is pretty combative energy. It's not, especially because Gemini is about communication, and there can be a tendency to lash out verbally. And just say something that is ego based, but then later on you may realize, or regret, why did you say that. So I would actually avoid that situation altogether and just keep to yourself, if you can. And even if somebody says something that rubs you the wrong way, don't get caught up in it. Like, don't give in to the temptation of having to say something back to them, because um, once Mars finishes this whole retrograde season in Gemini, which will be like in January, a lot of things are going to start picking up pace, and the momentum is going to pick up pace. That's already happening now that Saturn is direct. But if you say something now or get caught up in other people's drama and ego battles, then you run the risk of damaging a lot of relationships or getting into situations that could have been completely avoidable. So I would actually veer away from that. The next card that I'm getting is the Hierophant, and it's coming up as a reversal. There's a lot of number fives here, which is very interesting. We got the Five of Swords, Five of Wands, and then now the Hierophant, which is the number five. The Hierophant is essentially Taurus energy, but it's also the energy of tradition and holding on to tradition, and not trying to reinvent the wheel, sticking to customs and traditions that have um, stood the test of time, and there is merit in that. And so not trying to just be like a rebel without a cause, and honoring tradition. But something tells me that right now, a lot of this conflict that's happening in your life, or the conflict and chaos that's happening around you, it may result in you becoming a bit of a rebel in the month of November. So if you give into that temptation of telling somebody something, or like getting into that chaotic situation that's around you, you may suddenly get this urge or this spark to completely move into a new terrain, like a completely new path, which um, it's kind of like, I wouldn't say like throwing the baby out with the bathwater, but it's definitely something new and radical. It's something that's not safe, because the Hierophant is very much about, tradition, conservative approach towards things. It's a Taurian card. So Taurus is known for stability and a conservative, rational, practical approach to things. So they're not very uh, big on taking risk towards things. So because it's coming up as a reversal, I do feel like you may move into something that is sort of uncharted territory, or that may be a little bit risky, but somehow you feel like it's the right thing to do. I do need to do a clarification on these two. One is, what is the conflict that these cards are talking about? So what is this Five of Swords and the Five of Wands for Leo? Ooh. Okay, so this is the Three of Swords as a reversal. So the conflict and the chaos that's happening in your life is a result of some kind of heartbreak that happened in the past, because this is coming up as a reversal, Three of Swords. So this is not your present energy, but the chaotic situation that's happening is because of some kind of a past betrayal, or some kind of hurt that you went through. It doesn't have to be a romantic connection, but something points in that direction. But it could be anything, but it was basically a situation that hurt you quite badly, and you're, as a result of that, there is a lot of chaotic energy around you, and that may prompt you to actually go in a direction that's completely radical and unique. Now, I do want to do a clarification on this Hierophant in reverse. Now, the Hierophant is also about long-term commitments. Do bear that in mind. And sometimes when the Hierophant comes up as a reversal, it may be a decision to, embrace the path of being single, or like not get into relationships for some time, especially if you've been heartbroken because of a romantic connection. Then there may be a temptation to, uh, follow the single path for some time. I do want to do a clarification on the Hierophant. What is this Hierophant? Okay, so it's Seven of Pentacles coming up as a clarification for Hierophant. So I do feel like this is actually these are two contradicting energies, honestly, because the Hierophant in reverse is, like I said, it's about taking risks and going in a direction that you've never gone before, while the Seven of Pentacles is about investment and working diligently towards something, saving up, investing, watching your money multiply. It's slow and steady wins the race, that kind of energy. So these are two paradoxical energies. What I'm picking up here, Leo, is that maybe you are in two minds. Maybe this chaotic situation that was happening in your life, it has resulted in you having being in two minds. Do you want to take a risky approach towards something? I do feel like this is money related for some reason. You're thinking whether you want to save and budget and like basically invest your money and watch it grow, basically the safe practical approach, or do you want to, maybe, I don't know, like start a brand new business or something that you haven't done before because your gut is telling you to do it, but it's also risky, so you don't know where you want to go. But again, the Three of Swords as a reverse is sitting right on top of the High Priestess. So something needs to be considered, because the High Priestess is about falling back. And like I said, it's about letting the tide take you where it needs to take you, and not really fighting the changes that are happening right now. So I wouldn't take a decision right now, or I wouldn't make a decision right now. I would actually see where the universe is guiding you. And if it feels good, like it may be risky, you may have a little bit of fears around it, but if it's not like this panic, kind of a fear where your stomach knots up. If it's not like that, but if it still feels good inside, then you know that's the right choice. Like things can be scary, but you feel good doing them anyway. That's how you know that's the right choice. So that's one of the things that I can recommend. So, Leo, that was your overall energy for the month of November. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. It definitely helps my videos stay relevant in the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, do consider subscribing. I do post videos on astrology and tarot quite frequently. And if you'd like to book a reading with me, definitely get in touch with me on Facebook or email. Both the links are in the description box, and I will get in touch with you as soon as I can. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.